Target locked.
Alright, so we're going to take a look at Sands of Wrath, the Wasteland Titan. This is a healer-based version of the Immortal Codex. Obviously, you're going to want to use all your healers, but one thing to note is that over time they will, most of all of its abilities, will inflict one stack of anti-healing with every single one of them. So you're going to need people that can purge anti-healing, remove debuffs, and there's only 2 units in the game that can do that. So if you don't have these 2 units, you probably aren't going to get very far. But even if you just have the 1 unit, you should do fairly well. That 1 unit being Medan, who is, through her ultimate, is able to remove debuffs from their allies. And so she can do fairly good of keeping your board clear at least one half of it, one side of it. The other one's going to be Elwyn with her ultimate, and she can do that with remove all debuffs with her ultimate as well. If you have both of them, you should be doing, as long as you got decent gear, you should do amazing on this. But we'll just go ahead and go in. There's not a whole lot of aspects to this for this one. It's just trying to survive as long as you can. The best lineup that I've been able to do is this, but I'm, there's still some room to grow with building up gear and optimizing that. But we'll go ahead and go in and see if I can even beat my score. With the first bit, only this Iona here will be up until we take down the boss's HP the first time around. I like to focus mainly on the this one is the important one that has to stay alive. If this one goes down, then the match immediately ends. But if you lose any of them, it reduces the amount of damage that you're going to be doing to the boss overall. This slows it down considerably. So right now we're doing no damage until we get to the boss rush of taking down what's first health bar. And I like to stack Aelin, hit her ultimate as soon as possible, just to get her passives going so that she can get her healing effect up as quickly as possible. And then we can kind of just alternate these a bit just to get them like staggered a bit. And then you can just hit auto because it's just going to automatically use it as soon as it's on cooldown. But if the Ionas reach below the threshold here, they'll start to sit down if they're down for too long, and you have to get them to full health before they'll get back up. And the anti-healing just slowly reduces the amount of healing that you're able to do to them because it's only like 1 stack, and you can't really view it anywhere. There's no vision of it, of knowing how much that you have. And for some reason, Leia won't just automatically ult because it's a damage buffing ult. It registers it as a damage buff instead of because it's not really healing more, but it's also replenishing people around her's rage so that they can ult faster. But for some reason, the auto thing doesn't see it as that. It wants to use it as a damage buff. But we're keeping this half, and we're probably going to lose this half over here because we only have this side over here going. I've tried Sadie, and she does do fairly well of keeping one side, but since we only have the one Medan to cleanse the anti-healing, eventually my other half's going to go down. And so then I just try to focus on the one half that I do have. And obviously, epics are finding it a little bit harder to stay alive because of the stats that the stat difference that they have between legendaries and epics. And so we're getting to the point where I'm gonna start getting one shot with my epics, and some of my healers I don't have up as much as it, but we're getting up to S plus here, which isn't bad considering all I have is Medan. I've gotten pretty close to getting to double S. Apparently this was a new record. But if we take a look at the stats, you'll see Aelin. I don't have any skill crystals into her yet. I just pulled her just for the holiday right before this kicked off. But no skill crystals in here, just the free skill ups that you can get just with dust, and she's already outperforming everybody else that that are completely maxed out of crystals. Even Leia's maxed out in crystals, but because she's able to just build up her healing rate over time, she just dominates in this. And then in Ascende, because she can bounce with her ult, is doing very well as well, just with the free bounces of her ult. But that is quick breakdown. This one's not as extreme as the Conqueror or what will be coming next, but just real quick guide in units to look for. You definitely need Medan and Elwyn to be in the top. If you look at ranking, the people at the top have both. Seeing Sadie being used as well as the Eunomia from the new faction, the Arbiters. See Gwendolyn up there. I've tried Gwendolyn. She is pretty good. She does massive shields. She won't show stats because her shields doesn't count as healing. So her heals will be pretty low, but she's pretty good at with their massive shields to complement the heals and keep people topped off. I just haven't. I just pulled her and I haven't been able to work on her at all. But I imagine with the skill ups and some good gear, she'll probably work her way up into higher positioning. But she's still showing in the top 10 for the Wasteland Titan. So there you go. Wanted to get this out there. Best of luck to everyone. Just a couple days left. But I was down with COVID and am starting to recover, thankfully. So, yay. Thank you for watching this Watcher of Realms video. If you like what you see, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I am Lieutenant Sheik, and this target has been destroyed.